Welcome to the February energy forecast. I am so glad you're here. I'm really, really pumped to share with you what is coming up in the month of February. You guys, January for so many of us was a bit of a heavy month. Am I right? There was challenge, there was potentially grief coming up for a lot of people. There were experiences where we needed to really look at circumstances, take the higher ground, the higher perspective, breathe through it, and not try to just like rush ourselves through, right? How many of you listening felt like you needed to pause, to be still, to go inwards, to hibernate a little bit? And yes, if you're in the, northern hemisphere, it is winter and it was cold. So hibernating felt good. However, there was also the nine energy of January that really was preparing you. And you could not be prepared through rushing things. You needed to be slow. You needed to be still. You needed to be present to have the level of awareness. That awareness is critical. And so I really want you to take a minute and just like hug yourself, congratulate yourself, honor yourself, recognize yourself for being willing to sit through some of the difficult stuff. I don't think that we often take the time to acknowledge how much work it is to sit with some of those difficult things. And so I want to honor you, I want to acknowledge you, but more importantly, I want you to honor and acknowledge yourselves. Okay, so how is this setting us up for February? If you are catching me on the live, please pop in, say hi, let me know you're here, and be sure to tag friends so that they can catch this as well. Okay, now, how is this release pause moment of January setting us up for February? February is a one energy month. This is a brand new manifestation cycle beginning. You guys, brand new, fresh start. Okay. And so the pause in January was critical because we need to have a level of awareness to recognize, what are those patterns I no longer want to participate in? What are the things that I am going to see, feel, and acknowledge, and then release? And then let them be, the past is in the past. Let myself evolve from them. And I think this is one of the biggest things, is this idea of this evolution. Okay. This evolution is so critical right now. This idea that you've been on this journey and you've been picking up pieces along the way and discarding the pieces that don't work for you. This is where your intuition comes in. You need to have a level of discernment, picking up the pieces that work for you, and then coming into February, taking those pieces, arranging them in a way that makes sense to your heart and to your soul, and creating something new, right? One energy, new beginnings, activation, fresh start. Okay. Many of us are going to feel this like ramping up vibe. If you're feeling it, let me know. I want to know how it's feeling for you so far. But recognizing this ramping up, this new feeling, this new initiation, we ease into it. So if you're not fully feeling it yet, that's okay. We ease into it. As we move through February, you'll be feeling it more and more. The other thing that I want to talk about a little bit in February is that, it's an eight energy year. 2024 is an eight energy year. So the eight energy is so much about abundance, about mastery, about commitment, devotion, accountability, um, choosing to set a higher standard for ourselves, choosing to see where we can open the doors to greater abundance and be that person that can hold that space, amplify, magnify that abundant experience. And so much of that is a beingness, right? And in February, we are going to find that our level of mastery grows through taking action. One is a physical number. It's action oriented. It wants you to take steps forward. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to get it perfectly. You don't even need to know all the details. You just need to give yourself permission to take a step and then feel. How does that land in your body? How does your experience feel? reassess, ask yourself what's next, and then take the next step. That's all you need to do. One foot in front of the other. Like, let's not get crazy. Let's keep it manageable and doable. Okay. One foot in front of the other. Okay. So, new year, new activation, stepping into our mastery. There's also going to be a lot of experimentation. Okay. This is something that a lot of us have a mixed relationship with, right? We want to experiment, we want to try new things, but we attach ourselves to outcome. We think to ourselves, it's a quote unquote good experiment if I get the outcome I want. It's a bad experiment if I don't get the outcome I want. And let's just like pause for a minute here. The outcome is not your business. It is not your responsibility. It's a co-creation. What is your business and your responsibility is your process. You will figure your process out through experimenting. Get it right or get it wrong is actually kind of irrelevant, especially in this one energy. This one energy says, plant the seed and see what happens. You won't know if the conditions are right for that seed to grow until you've planted it. There is no way you can tell what's happening before you plant the seed. So plant the seed and see what happens. And don't make yourself right or wrong if the seed grows or doesn't grow. It's information. It's good information. You can take it on. You can experiment with it. You can create with it. You can iterate, right? But that happens down the road. Right now, it's like you got your perspective in January. Plant your seeds of evolution. Plant your seeds of initiation and activation. Just take one action. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be pretty. Take an action and move it forward. This is so, so, so important this month. Okay, what else do I want to get into here? I want to talk a little bit about, this feels important, you guys. This feels really big and really important. And it's the idea that this month, with the way the energy unfolds, our belief systems, identities, and our thought processes, our mindset are going to be growing, shifting, and evolving through action. So sometimes we think, well, I need to get my mindset right, then take action. And there's maybe times where that's true. But this month, what I want you to recognize is your mindset will be formed through the actions you take. Your mindset will be formed through the actions you take. Let yourself take an imperfect step. Let yourself do it messy, right? Done is better than perfect is the February mantra. Done is better than perfect. Let yourself take messy action forward. You don't need to have all the pieces. You don't need to have all the information. All you need to have is that feeling in your heart, that feeling in your gut, that intuitive hit, that inner knowingness that there's something here for you. Okay. Let yourself take that action and know that as you take the steps, as you take the action, the mindset, the identity, and the belief systems will grow with you, right? You will grow in that. Okay. So let yourself grow, let yourself evolve. And even you can ask yourself the question is like, what is the growth that I'm calling in? Who am I becoming? If I peek forward and I look at the end of 2024, who am I? Who is the person I'm becoming? Right? Who is the person I'm becoming? What do they look like? What do they experience? What are their day-to-day realities? What does the world look like around them? And let me take some baby steps to get there. This is so important. Okay. There's going to be an increase in confidence and an increase in mastery that start to kick in mid-month. Okay. You are going to have this idea that through the tangible doing actions, there's going to be a becoming. And I imagine you will start to notice this becoming really start to kick in nearing like the 23rd, 24th, 25th of the month. You will start to realize that you are not the same person you were on February 1st. You will start to realize that there's a level of growth and evolution within you that is sacred, right? And you will see yourself through a different lens. And I think this is so important. The lens that we see the world with, the perspective, the eyes that we look through determine what we see. So knowing that your lens is going to be shinier, more clean, more whatever it is, you will see something more clearly, right? Cleaning the dirty glasses, you will see something more clearly. Okay, should we go into some dates? What do you guys think? Are you guys ready for some specific dates? Let's see here. I want to talk about a few specific dates. Hello, hello. Okay, I didn't see the comments coming in. I'm seeing them come in now. Yay, I'm happy you guys are here with me. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's go into some specific dates. So first off, can we please talk about the most important date in February for a minute here? Can we? It's February 5th and it's my birthday. And that is the most important date that everyone needs to know. Just joking. I do love a birthday month though. Are you a birthday month celebrator, a birthday week celebrator? I mean, we're all here for more than just the one day. I know that for sure. But yes, it is my birthday in February and I'm super pumped. And it feels like a really great year. So I'm really excited to see where this unfolds. Also, for those of you who are advanced numerologists who are listening in, I'm turning 44. And 44 is a spiritual rebirth year. So it makes me intrigued at how that's going to go down for me this year. I'm really excited. So you guys are along for the ride. I'll keep you posted. And let's take a look at what else is coming up. So, oh, I do want to say February 6th, I am doing a workshop and I want you guys to come. It's a free training. Just DM me for access or I'll post the information here to sign up for it. But it's for everybody who is sensitive to energy and wants to learn to fall in love with marketing. Okay. In this 8 energy year, we have access to a level of abundance and mastery that's greater than what we've had before. So, in order to do that, you need to be willing and able to share your gifts in the world in such a way that people know who you are, can feel your energy, and can receive the magic that you have to offer. And so, I'm going to teach you for free in a workshop on the 6th called what am I calling it? Like fall in love with marketing, learn to fall in love with marketing, give yourself permission to fall in love with marketing. That's how it started for me. I used to have a mixed relationship with sharing my work. It's true. But I asked myself a question a couple years ago, which was, what if I could give myself permission to fall in love with marketing? And that changed everything for me. Everything changed from that moment on. And I want that for you. It's actually an energetic process. It's an alchemical process. Since I know you're sensitive to energy and since I know you're attuned to magic, it'll be easy for you. You just need to have a process in place to make it work. So that's what I'm going to share. Okay, that's the 6th. So mark that down on your calendars and I hope I'll see you there. But then I want to talk about the 9th of the month. Okay. The 9th of the month is a creative portal day. So oftentimes when we hear the word creativity, we tend to think artistry, right? Like I can't paint, I can't draw. What is my art? Okay. Your art is literally anything you create. Creativity is to create. You may create a family. You may create a business. You may create a social movement. You may create art. You may create a social media temple, right? Like I sometimes joke around that my Instagram is my art because it is a source of my creative outlet. It is a way for me to share my work in the world. It is something I create and it means a lot to me. My business, my family, the things I do with my children, these are all sources of my creativity. So on the 9th of February, this is a massive portal of creation. And so what that means for you is if you have something in your heart that you want to create, anything, whatever it is, give yourself time on the 9th, lock it in your calendar and make sure you give yourself permission to create something. Now, people will often say to me like, okay, but what if I miss the day? It's okay. The energy's not gone. You have that awareness to tap into it. So tap into it when it's relevant for you. If the Friday the 9th isn't good, do it on Saturday the 10th or do it on Sunday the 11th. It's no big deal. But the portal is there. So work with it. And what I mean is when you take action to create something that's in your heart to create, there is going to be a current of energy and a current of momentum that's available for you. It is like going in a river with your canoe and flowing with the current. Let yourself do that. Let yourself be in flow. You will never know what you create until you give yourself permission to create it. And there's going to be sources that are going to help you and support you to create on the 9th. Okay. Uh, let's see here. Yes, I see the comment. I used to work in retail and I learned to hate marketing. Honestly, yes. If we have an unhealthy relationship with marketing, of course we'll hate it. It's not marketing that's the problem. It was that circumstance that was the problem, right? Just because that circumstance was bad does not mean all marketing is bad. It's like if you have a bad boyfriend or a bad girlfriend, that doesn't mean all relationships are bad. It means that one was bad. Let's shift it, let's grow it, let's evolve it, let's create a new marketing relationship. Because truly, what is marketing is heart to heart connection. Connection is also incredibly important in February because we have the triple twos. It is through intuitive heart to heart connection that we can amplify our creativity. This is going to be an incredibly important month for that. And you're going to need to experiment by just putting something out there and letting it unfold and see what happens, right? Experimentation is so key. On the 10th of February, we got a really rich connection day. Really rich connection day. I'm super excited about this day. Um, there's two ways you can work with it. It can be connection with people you care about. So it might be friends and family. It could be clients. It'd be a great day to run like a VIP session or a retreat or some kind of group training or workshop, because people will feel very drawn to spend time in connection with other people who inspire them. Great day to run a mastermind. It will also be a great day to connect in with your spiritual support team, to connect in with your inner guidance system. Okay. So, however you do that, whether it's through a practice like numerology or any other intuitive modality, whether it's like sitting in the bath and meditating or going for a walk and spending time in nature, let yourself connect in with your inner guidance system on the 10th. Because here's what's going to happen: there's going to be a creative activation, then there's going to be this intuitive connection moment, and you're going to receive the next step. That inner knowing is going to land with you. So make yourself open and available for that. Don't like overly schedule your life. Don't be walking around with your music in your ears 24/7. Give space to hear, receive, and listen to those inner guidance hits, those synchronous moments, whatever it is, so that you can receive what's next for you, right? It's one of those things where you need to make yourself available for it. Okay. Let's see here. What do I want to talk about next? I want to talk about the 12th for a minute because um, with the 8, so many of us are super pumped about activating greater levels of abundance because, hello, 8 energy year, right? So with the 12th, we actually have this strong leadership energy around finances and money. So what that means to me is take a minute and activate that inner expert within you and take some action to expand your finances. This might be talking to your accountant or bookkeeper. This might be reviewing your bank statements. This might be setting some income goals. Whatever it is, it's going to be the thing that allows you to stand tall and proud and be like, yeah, I am in charge here of my life. And I am making something happen with my goals when it comes to financial well-being. So something that feels very empowering to you. If you happen to be a person that supports others with their financial well-being, this is a great time to promote any type of training that will allow someone to strengthen their financial confidence in this window of time. Okay. So that's a great time to do that. I will also add that I have been talking a lot about the conversations that you can have with your money. I've been talking a lot about the idea that money has consciousness, right? Money has consciousness, and you can talk to your money. Both the money that's sitting ideally in your bank account or in your wallet, you can talk to it and be like, hey, money, how are we doing? What is our relationship like? How can I better support you? What do you need to be more taken care of? You can ask it. You can also close your eyes and connect with the money that's on its way to you. Okay. So there's money out there in the ethers, in the hands and hearts of other souls that's wanting to make its way to you. Okay. It will make its way to you through a paycheck, through a client sale, through birthday money, through inheritance. Like there's 1,000 through selling something, right? Maybe you sell some stuff in your garage. There's 1,000 ways that money can make its way to you. And I want you to feel for a second that there's money out there that's seeking you right now. And it comes to you through the hands and hearts of others. Okay. Ask it. What can I do to build a relationship with you? What can I do to connect with you? These are valuable questions that will give you powerful answers to attract more abundance into your life, to activate more wealth into your life, and to bring the money in so it's in the bank account, whatever, right? Money wants to circulate, money wants to flow. So let it. Okay. Let's see what else I want to talk about here. Those kinds of conversations are going to be particularly relevant the week of the 12th, all through that week. And the 16th, especially so. 16th, 17th, especially so. Let's see. What's another date I want to share with you guys? Okay, let's talk about the 24th of the month for a minute. This is an abundance activation day. It's a full moon. It's abundance activation. It is going to illuminate opportunities for you to tap into greater abundance. Okay. It will illuminate to you. So if something is going to be illuminated to you, it's your job to have your eyes open. It's your job to have an awareness. Okay. So be open, be aware, be tapped in to see like what is coming up for me to open myself up to greater levels of abundance. This wants to happen for you, especially around the 24th of the month. You might also take time around the 24th of the month to go inwards and to start asking yourself questions around where do I make it difficult for money to come to me? Where do I make it difficult to receive financial blessings? Right? Where do I make it difficult? We all make things hard sometimes. It's just a way of life. So asking yourself, where do I make it difficult? Ask your money and see if you can get some intuitive hits on shifts you can make to make it easier for money to flow to you. Okay. It's also a great time to work with crystals. For example, citrine is one of the ones I recommend. That's actually what I'm wearing around my neck right now is a citrine. And it's one of my favorite crystals. I adore it, but it's a great time to work with crystals or other tools to help you activate abundance even more. On the 25th of the month, there is a day around embracing your knowledge and expertise. So many people struggle with giving themselves permission to be perceived as an expert. So I want you to write this question down in your journal, in your notebook, and I want you to revisit it on the 25th of the month. And the question is, can I give myself permission to be perceived as an expert? Can I give myself permission to be perceived as a knowledgeable leader, as somebody who's masterful? Can I be comfortable owning and embracing that identity? Now, if you're anything like most people, you're going to have a push-pull feeling around that. Part of you is going to want to say yes, and part of you is going to want to say no. If you are an EFT tapper, you might tap through that a little bit. That's okay. I love and accept myself anyways. Part of me wants to embrace the fact that I'm an expert, and part of me is afraid. And that's okay. I love and accept myself anyways. Okay. And you can do your tapping points like that. The other thing you can do, or in addition, is you can ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how willing am I to perceive myself or to let myself be perceived as an expert? Scale of 1 to 10. Write the number down. Okay. Maybe it's a 5, maybe it's a 10, maybe it's a 3. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. There's no judgment. No, this isn't a report card. You can't pass or fail this. Okay. Write it down though, so that you know. And then ask yourself the question, hand on the heart, hand on the belly, closing your eyes, tapping in. What would it take for me to raise this by 1 point? What would it take for me to raise this by 1 point? Ask yourself that question. The answer that comes up, write it down so you do not forget it. Okay. That is going to be a practice for you to explore to expand your level of mastery. We all know in 8 Energy 2024, we're going to be coming back over and over and over again to my self mastery and the practice, commitment, devotion, discipline I have to my mastery, to my greatness. So the answer you get to that question is a piece of that mastery puzzle. So whatever the answer is, maybe it's read a book, maybe it's take a training, maybe it's do the thing, maybe it's believe in yourself. Whatever the answer is, take that answer and implement it. Put it in one of your daily non-negotiables. Put it in your calendar to take action on. Whatever that looks like, implement. Remember, I said February is initiation activation. It's an action-taking month. It's a doing month. So when the hits land, the intuitive hits land, the intuitive knowingness lands, take action. Okay? Take action. Critical. Yay, I love it. You guys are sharing with me in the chat some of your situations. You love citrine. And oh, yes, we've got the numbers guy. This is so great. I will come back in and comment and reply to all of your comments, whether you're live or replay. And I just love to hear how all this is landing for you guys. One of the things I really want you to feel into that by the end of the month, by the 29th of the month, because we have a leap year, by the 29th of the month, I really want you to recognize that these circumstances that are unfolding for you are to help you reach a state of beingness, a state of owning and embracing your identity, right? That evolution and expansion of who you are, of seeing yourself in the light of masterful, of thought leader, of um, deserving of abundance, of having that be your birthright to experience a life of pleasure, of well-being, of wealth, of happiness, of whatever that is for you. Okay. Not saying that life is ever going to be that way 24/7, sunshine and rainbows. Would we even like it if it was? I don't know. Right. I don't know. That's a hypothetical mental exercise you can play with. But asking yourself, like, do I believe I'm worthy of those circumstances and experiences? And knowing that through the actions you take in February, you're turning that dial up to expand that sense of worthiness within you, to expand that identity with you, to hold that greater capacity, right? Because we need to be the people who can XYZ, whatever your goals are, right? We need to become that. So letting yourself embrace that, letting yourself become that, this is very important for this month. And knowing you're going to have this being shift. Okay. So be playful, be experimental, try something new, let it unfold without attachment to outcome. Because remember, your job is the process. The outcome is a co-creation, co-creation with the universe, co-creation spirit, co-creation with other individuals, co-creation with circumstances. That's not all within your control. The only thing that is your job, your responsibility, is your process. Okay. So I want to hear in the chat from you guys a couple things. Let me know, please. Send me a note, send me a DM, pop it in the Facebook group. Let me know. What is the thing that you heard today that's landing with you that you are going to implement and take forward from this forecast? I do these because I want to know that you're using them to support your heart and your soul in this lifetime so that you can feel supported, that you can access greater levels of abundance and well-being, whatever that is, whatever your goals are, right? So I want to know, number one, what's the piece you heard that you needed to hear? Number two, if you have a friend that you think would benefit from hearing this, I would love it if you would share it with them. If there's value in this, share it out. Screenshot it, tag it in your stories or in your Facebook, and invite people to participate, because this is available for everyone. And the more we can all activate greater abundance within our individual experiences, the more the abundance of the collective can begin to grow. Abundance is not limited. In fact, it's an ever expanding resource. So the more we play with it, the more is available. And that's what I want. So please tell me what landed. Number two, share it out. And I just really want to thank you for being here. I love spending time with you guys. I have a couple of exciting things coming up that if you feel called to participate, I would love to have you around. Number one is the workshop on the 6th of February, which is the Fall in Love with Marketing workshop, totally free. Um, Let me know. I would love to invite you in. If you're catching this after it ended, there is a replay, so you can access that as well. Number two, I am going to be having a free numerology series, a free numerology training. I freaking love these, you guys. I've been doing them for years. It's an incredible way for our community to come together and practice together and be in support together and be in community together, because this is how we grow, is together, right? So on the 20th, it's going to be 3 days. There's going to be a numerology series all about learning how to activate your alchemy codes. Okay. Alchemy codes are necessary to work with accessing your innate abundance. So mark your calendars for the 20th. If you are someone who would like to share this out with your community, get in touch with me. I will give you assets and resources to share it out with your community. If you would like me to come into your community and talk about this kind of stuff, I would also love to support you in that way. So let me know. And finally, in March, I am going to be opening the doors again to practical numerology certification. This has become the OG of numerology certification programs. It's become the standard. It has become so well known. I've had hundreds of people work through this training with me and become certified. And you guys, I am next leveling it this round. So all you alumni, you are welcome to join and participate. No charge for the alumni. You guys are always welcome. And for all the people who want to join and become a part of this community to learn how to activate your own inner knowing of speaking this language of intuition, of the language of numbers, I would love to welcome you in. So that's happening in March. Okay. Thank you for being here with me. It's so wonderful to spend time with you. And I look forward to hearing from you, where you're at, what landed, and seeing you in some of these free trainings as they come up. Okay. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.